available agent.
No. We are not singing Perugia's songs.
Dude, us just being silent, even for 5 seconds, made me think of the therapist that I see. Listen to this. I don't want to make, this is not a self-help. The last thing I want to do is talk more about myself. But
sure.
Every time I meet with him, he never is the first one to speak. Never. Every single time, he waits until I say something.
But you're like going to his, like, because it's like online.
Zoom.
It's online.
It's
Zoom.
When I'm back home, it's in person.
So you're not like saying hello?
No, I say like, let's try. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm him.
I'm in the waiting room. I'm in the online waiting room.
Yeah.
I press enter the thing.
Yeah,
I wait for him. You connect. He just will look at me like you're looking at me right now. And often I'll say like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "I'm like, or how are you, Jose?" Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I say, I'm good. And he won't say anything. It's unbelievable. Like, and I oftentimes, like sometimes and a lot of our work is more like through silence comes answers in some way, like personally, like it's somatic experience. It's not like traditional cognitive therapy, let's say. But I find it so fascinating where like in the silence, often like I'll be like, is this like a technique? Is he doing a technique on me, you know? And sometimes I'll address it to him. I'll be like, I feel like you're doing some technique or some.
But have you ever asked him about it? Like,
yeah, he's like, what do you mean? Like, that's not
awkward. I just like,
no,
I just like watching you.
To him.
So you pay him and he doesn't even want to talk with you.
I think that's the whole point. You're right. That's
The time is going and he's earning money. Like, don't say nothing.
Amazing job.
And I think about that, you know. But what I found is like, I don't want to make.
You should say like, man, give me back my money, because at the beginning you were not saying anything. Like for first 10 seconds, I paid
10 minutes off.
I'm paying for nothing. Like I need extra 5 minutes next time we meet.
But what's so interesting is like I've brought it up multiple times, and it's almost like, oh, that's interesting, Taylor, that because there was just silence, that you were trying to like figure out there must have been some scheme. Like, let's talk about that. Like, why do you? And dude, multiple times we've started from like, I'm waiting for. It's not every time, but most times, 9 out of 10 times, it's like I'm the first one to say like what I'm thinking or feeling.
And do you prepare before? You know what you're gonna say, or
never.
Just like that?
Sometimes I prepare, but oftentimes it's like so in my mind, or, you know, it presents itself, and I'm like, yeah, this is. And what's ironic is like it doesn't matter what type of day I had; they all paths lead to the same, you know, lessons. I think we talked about this before, where it's like it doesn't matter what you do in your life. It's like you learn by the time you're 80 or 90, you learn kind of like, on some level you understand like the human condition, you know. You have anxiety. It doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete or a musician or you work at Starbucks, you know? Like you have, I don't know, you get nervous, or some days are just incredible and the next day is terrible. Like it doesn't matter what you do. Everyone learns the same shit, you know?
I feel like you don't need to pay anyone. You just need to sit by yourself on the couch and you can talk to yourself, to the mirror, and you'll be good.
I think you're totally right.
Let's speak for a while about comments under our videos.
Let's talk about
because we read them, and if you didn't see in the comment, like because it was like
I don't read the comments. Do you read the comments?
Yeah.
I don't always read them.
Like 1 hour ago, somebody posted a comment about the idea which we said like last time about like what to do with the volleyball to promote it more in USA, and I said that maybe let's make a league, but of clubs, like club volleyball league, to make clubs around the world to play around the tournaments around the world. Idea. And somebody wrote the comment like, what a wild concept. There's this guy, Ari Grasa, and he organizes a tournament. It was called World League before, and the manager of it even worked at the Cirque du Soleil before. It already exists, and it's a fiasco for everybody. But like it's about national teams, tournaments like going worldwide, and we were speaking about
club teams.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to say at this point of the show that we are reading your comments, and my struggle is that there are not so many comments under our videos. Like, I would love to read more. I like reading comments.
Andre's a troll, huh?
Under our videos. Zoos are also scientific institutions. Did you know?
Zeus?
Zoos. We were speaking about zoos last time. Like, are they okay or not? And somebody wrote that zoos are also scientific institutions.
Zeus. I literally thought you said Zeus like
like a god.
like a god.
Yeah.
I was like, Zeus.
Ah, okay.
Zeus. So say
Zeus.
say it one more time so my idiot brain can.
Zoos
Zeus.
are also
Okay.
scientific institutions. So they
That's
are
probably true.
checking something about
And that was the
animals.
dilemma that we talked about, right? Is like on one hand, I feel like we're the top of the food chain, and we in some way I feel like it's okay if we want to trap a couple gorillas and learn about them, and teach people about them, and like I don't know.
Somebody else wrote like they can help a lot of species in danger. They can work as a refugee and also help them to procreate. But also the same person, like Monito Flip, is 60% against and 40% okay with it.
Is there any comment about volleyball?
About volleyball, there's one comment in Polish, of course. Why are you not doing this in Polish? You are in Poland.
Ask Taylor.
You are in Poland. You should do this in Poland.
You guys,
It's
I would be very down to do an episode
in Polish.
Yeah.
Say something
Why
in
not?
Polish now.
Me?
Huh?
PKP.
Because
Kakalak, man. This is what
Kakalak is not in Polish.
No, it's like
No?
It's the invitation of our like slang from our.
And it's an invitation I've accepted.
somebody wrote that I think because it's a guy. He would like to be a raccoon for one day because we were speaking like which
Raccoons are cool.
animal
That
they're
would be
funny,
really cool.
but they eat trash from the bin.
Yeah.
in USA. Yeah, they're.
But let's
eating-
be honest, most animals would eat out of the trash. It's not like that gross,
You
right?
have you have
Dolphins not.
dolphins.
If they had water trash cans, are you kidding me? Any animal that is alive, if there was food in the trash can, it would open up the trash can and eat out of it, right?
Eagles for sure not. They
No,
will
for
not
sure.
land and.
And the bees? No.
Bees, dude,
No.
bees are in trash cans all the time.
No. Just flowers, man.
Not true, dude. I've seen bees at least near trash cans when I was a kid. You don't remember like being in the schoolyard when you were a kid,
Huh?
and you'd like. I remember seeing trash cans that had like bees around them because
yeah,
people leave
that's true. That's
some
true.
sugar foods there.
yeah. Something delicious.
That's right. We want more comments.
We want definitely more comments
Yeah,
and more interaction with you. You have to send the videos, of course, to Taylor with the questions. Like but if you want to ask some question also under the video in the comment, you should do this.
Are we sad about it? Are we sad about?
I'm really sad. Like,
Yeah,
it's breaking my heart.
honestly.
Yeah. So if you don't want to break my heart again and again, I need my heart. Actually, we have special guests today on the show. Like, no, not on the show, on the couch, like behind
Oh, that's
Kropas.
true.
There's my dog, but she will not come here for sure. I can bring her for a second.
Bring
Okay,
her,
wait.
bring her in
She's
here, dude.
sleeping right now.
Is she sleeping?
Yeah.
But dude,
No, she's not.
how old is this dog?
She's like 12 years old.
Older than you.
Wow, 24 years old. That's crazy. No, 12. He said 12. It's a, what is it? It looks like kind of like a,
Mud.
if I had to guess, it's like a, like a
It's a mud.
beagle mixed with a,
Mixed breed.
Where is she?
We got a new boss in the house.
wow. Look at those eyebrows, dude. Thick.
We just came from the doctor, and she's okay. So that's why I bring her here. Her name is Wiesia. Okay, here is Wiesia. There is your camera.
Viesha? What does Viesha mean?
Wiesia is like an adult woman name.
Old school.
Okay.
Old school.
Nice.
Like from
Just your classic.
Wiesława is the name. So like when you want to say like in the most like more polite way, or not polite,
like
Wisława. That's
like
cool.
funny way, it's Wiesia.
Viesha.
Okay. You go to rest.
She's so shy.
She's so shy.
Wow. Bring your dog to work day. Cute.
Can I take Flora next time?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. How big is Flora?
The same.
Bigger.
Maybe bigger.
She's
Yeah.
bigger.
You guys both have dogs?
I have 2 right now.
Yeah.
2 dogs, 7 legs. Because one has only 3 legs.
Humpty Dumpty. That's right. What about you? You have 1 dog?
Yeah, it's enough for sure.
Yeah. I got 2 dogs.
It's difficult for volleyball players
They're
like
with me right now.
who are single to have a dog, because like I have also the other dog and he lives with my parents right now. But I took it when I was alone, when I was single in Bełchatów, and it's difficult because every time you go on the game, you need to do something with the dogs. Like you cannot bring the dogs by the bus
For sure.
for the away games. So it's
I don't mind.
to bring them.
That's a good-
Imagine if we take all the dogs we have to our bus,
Crazy, man.
they will go crazy.
Also,
like-
that's a good question because I've always wanted a dog. Like I've wanted a dog forever. When I was a kid, we had a dog. Like I love dogs. I've always wanted a dog, but I've been like, it's just too much because we travel so much. The question is it really? How much work is it to have a dog and be single and play overseas or in this league?
I think it's difficult. I think Facu Conte was transporting his dog from Buenos Aires he was playing in China, I think, in Shanghai. And it was so difficult to bring the dog there. But he managed, like, I don't remember which air flight company, like, they have this special offer to bring the dogs, like, not under the... like with the all luggage,
Yeah.
not in the luggage, like normally in some, let's say, cages, but they go with some pet care guy or women, and they are like taking them outside on the halfway when the airplane is having a stop in some country. They are taking the dogs outside for a walk. They go to the hotel, they sleep somewhere, they go on the grass, they chill for one day, and after they have another part of the travel, because it's not like he was not flying with his dog. He was just like somebody put him on the plane and he was already in Shanghai.
Can you not fly with the dog that when the flight's that long?
I think because she's over 10 kilos, you can take a dog which is like till 8 kilograms, I think,
like really small one
on the board, but I wouldn't take her like to the luggage department.
Yeah, that sounds so sad.
I think it's also so like stressful for the animals.
For
like,
sure.
Some people for sure do it. Like I would be so scared that she will have some heart problems or heart attack, that she's you are flying and the dog doesn't know what's going on, and she's like in the under the deck, and she doesn't know what's going on.
She's probably like, they're taking me to a zoo.
Yeah, for sure. I'm coming back from where I came. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. We have some questions maybe to answer, and we have a really nice one.
Finally, our first just like boring intro, we get to the questions, you know? I feel like every time we've met, it's just been like we could intro for hours. This is so nice that we just had finally an intro. Let's just chill.
But so many people are writing, not comments, but like in DMs on Instagram, that they love the part of our intro. Like,
yeah,
they even prefer it.
Well, then write a comment, dude.
Question.
You know what? But okay, before we move on, let's say this, because I can feel...
Yes, be aggressive to them. They are here.
Well, it's no one's fault. It's our fault too. It's our fault that we don't promote it more. I don't promote it more. I had said that I was going to cut up and make more reels. I didn't do that. I tried a little bit, but I did. Of course, something goes wrong. I didn't do it. And, you know, I think it's hard. And I know that, like, when we get comments, when I get messages, it does inspire me. Like, as much as, like, I don't know who you are, but you say I get that message or I see it, and it does get me stoked. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's why I'm going to show up. And I'm in my knees hurt or something, and we're going to show up anyways after training and go film a podcast, because it's not just about us and having a good time. Like, it's for other people, and it's interactive. And when people send questions, obviously we get really stoked because it's just exciting, and we luckily are able to highlight them on the show and talk about it.
And it's just nice to have some feedback, you know, to have some interaction, even through the comments. It's just nice.
Yeah, it is really nice.
But I feel like we cannot start with questions without saying anything about your haircut, man.
But in this question which we have, I think there is something
okay.
also about the haircut, so we can
Perfect.
combine this together.
Perfect.
So wait with this, because for sure you guys, you cannot focus as much as as me and Grobas, because of the new haircut of Taylor. Okay, so let's start from the question from Luke Crutchley from Australia.
Australia.
Enjoy the accent.
Hey guys, Luke from Australia. Love the show. Currently playing overseas for my second season. Not that high of a level. Want to get higher though. Right now I'm struggling with setter connection. Like I tried to talk to the setter to fix it and get a better connection between us, and he just doesn't listen and just blames all my technique. Is always the issue. It's never him. And I try to change myself and it's still not working. So I don't know if you could help at all with that. And also, I got a question for Taylor. I used to have a bit longer hair and I'm growing it back long. How many times a week would you wash your hair with the full-time training you do? I'm just curious to know.
So we start from the part 1 or part 2 of this question?
Look, I said I wouldn't do an Australian accent, so I will not. As much as it's absolutely killing me right now to not restate my name the way that he said it, you know.
Taylor.
I'll let you do it, but I promised I wouldn't do it.
Okay, tell us about your hair.
Yeah, this is what happens when you go into...
Random guy.
No, he's not a random guy. He's not a random guy. He's a gay guy. And I trust gay guys to cut my hair. With beautiful hair like a woman that I have, I want either a gay guy cutting it or somebody's girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like some woman or a gay dude. Those are the people that can cut my hair, you know? I don't want to go to a barber or like, because a couple of the teammates were like, oh, dude, I got this great like hair. No. I want a salon. I want them to put the shampoo in the condish. I want them to rub my hair. You know what I mean? We did it twice. They do shampoo, conditioner, some stuff. Then he kind of cuts it up, and then you go again for a second after. Wow. They do it again. It feels incredible. It's like 10 minutes. They do a little massage. That's what I want, and that's what I got.
But did you try before going to the hairdresser? Like, did you try to ask some teammates and the girlfriends? Can they do it? Like, because you said you can trust all the.
I did. I asked Linus's girlfriend for suggestions because she's from Warsaw, or I trusted her in general. I trusted her style. And she sent me like 3 or 4.
Doesn't matter like where is she from to trust her? Like
no, she's from Poland. It does matter. I wanted someone who was from Warsaw.
Okay.
And she's either from Warsaw or she's really familiar with the area. I guess I don't know. She sent me 3 or 4 suggestions and I took one of them.
Probably she just
but suggestions where to go.
Yes.
Or not how to cut your hair.
No, where to go.
Okay, because I thought like okay, because I understood it that you ask her.
I'm asking her for.
Yeah, you ask her for a suggestion like what to do with your hair because she's from Warsaw and you don't trust people.
I'm in your city. What should I do with my hair?
people who live outside of Warsaw, they don't know what to do with their hair,
hilarious.
So you cannot ask them.
Yeah, I was ready for something different, you know. And in fact, I went and got a haircut there a month ago. And it looks like he barely did anything. And that's what I asked. I was like, just to clean up, you know?
Just touch my hair.
Also that,
without scissors.
I've already described that on this, but I love massages. I love physical touch, like a lot. Head scratches. When I was a kid, dude, I was like, I would go up to my grandma and she would love to, like she just would talk. We'd be watching like, I don't know, some family gathering, Thanksgiving or Christmas or something. And we're all watching a movie and I would just like lay on her. And she would scratch my back and we'd just talk, or like I would keep her talking, keep her going. My mom had it. My mom was the same. And my mom's I was such a mama's boy, dude. I loved it. Play with my hair, scratch my back, and I'll pretend to talk to you for hours.
Like this picture, I have this picture in front of my eyes, like of these monkeys who are sitting like one in front of each other and just
literally that. Yeah. Except I wasn't doing
eating
anything
something.
I was
eating something from the.
That's what it was. It was me literally just eating something and them scratching my back and me being like, oh, really? Tell me more about that, Grandma. And look at me now. You know?
Maybe she was eating something like over your head and.
No way. There were 2. Actually, one hand is probably good. I don't know if I liked 2 hands.
Okay, so I'm really curious, but I don't want to ask people to do this because this will rate our like video. Maybe we can go down in the algorithm and everything, but I wanted to say like if you like Taylor's hair, like put the thumbs up and thumbs down.
Yeah, it's
I hope
know what?
everybody will put thumbs up.
It's okay. It's
Oh
pretty
man,
good.
it's just a joke.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
This is it.
Can we do this in
Wow.
slow motion
Yeah, for sure.
again?
It's pretty cool.
I will say the back is like a little bit. I was expecting a little bit more length back here. The front's nice. Honestly, I love it. Dude.
Yeah, and now I don't even remember how you looked like before.
Me neither. I look like an idiot.
Good old times,
This is perfect.
90s.
Yeah, dude. It's,
Nick Carter, Backstreet
Nick
Boys.
Carter, Backstreet. But
I'll take it
actually,
all.
look, we see Luke. He looks like this. So you have similar hair actually, and the
And-
same. I think you are his like role model because he also has the same mustache like you.
I mean, dude, he had a better mustache than me. First of all, he's Australian, which makes him more superior to me than me. Like right off the bat.
And he loves to talk to the setters, so like you, totally.
That's true.
Are there some jokes like between Americans and Australians? Like I don't know, just some culture funny stuff that you
I mean,
are laughing at from them or no?
would you say that like for what I thought was interesting is you said something before or during when you were playing the video, like to enjoy his accent.
Yeah.
If I was him and I had sent you guys a video, would you have said that about the way I speak?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? There's something about like an Australian or a British accent that stands out so much more to me. And I'm like so biased. That's why I was interested that you said that. Is because to me, yes, I know I'm American. Yes, I know I'm from California. But there's something about an Australian accent that is just the fucking coolest thing in the world to me. Or a British accent that is so different than just like plain English. It's just
Yeah, but I think we spoke about these accents, like in speaking English in different ways with the coaches from Italy and blah blah blah. But actually, like when you think about speaking English, like the American English is the way which I like, the sound that I have in my head when I think about English. But when I hear British or Australian, it's like, okay, they speak English with an accent, like
some flair.
Because American accent is everywhere in these
In movies and-
songs,
yeah, you're
Netflix,
right.
movies,
Yeah.
it's all around. So we have the best connection with it.
Yeah.
That's why.
the most popular. Okay, we have
Yeah.
the more important part we already answered, but we have the first part.
Well, also
of
just
the-
to answer his question about shampoo, which is what he asked, I believe.
Okay.
He asked how often do I shampoo with how much we train. It's a really good question. As you can tell, also my hair is really dark. I can't wait to see what this looks like in the summer. You know, when I get a little sun, it turns blonde. It'll be real nice. But for now, I don't mind. Like when it's really blonde, I like to shampoo it and condition it at least every other day because it brings out the blonde, like the blondness.
Mhm.
But if you don't shampoo your hair, it gets like kind of dark and greasy. You guys experience that? I mean, you both have dark hair, but
But you,
I used to have like really blonde hair when I was a kid, but they became darker like one day, or not maybe not one day, but in one period of
you
my
just
life.
wake up one morning and it's dark now.
Could be funny.
but I heard that you cannot use shampoo every day.
That's what
Like
they
it's-
say.
These two.
I don't.
And the more often you use shampoo, the more quickly it makes dirty. Like
Something about
know what
your
I mean.
hair's got like the natural oils in
Yeah.
it, and when you don't wash it, the oils come out, and it's like a healthier, which would make sense, right? We were designed in a way that like we can take care of ourselves. Or we have nature has its way. At the same time, I shampoo probably every 2 or 3 days, and I try to condition every other day, sometimes every day.
I have never used conditioner. I don't
Yeah,
even know
right.
what's that, man.
Maybe I used one
By mistake.
no, I think I used when I changed the color of my hair when I was like 14. I think I had a like Eminem style blonde hair,
Wow.
but I had longer hair, a little bit longer than now. And yeah, I changed the color for like really blonde, like almost white. And then I think I was using some conditioner.
Dude, can you explain me this? How is it that there can be a 3-in-1, 4-in-1, 5-in-1 like shampoo, conditioner, face wash, body gel? Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like you see these, some people are like, you're not even supposed to really shampoo. You're not supposed to shampoo. Some people are die hard, don't shampoo. It's not natural, you know? And then you have people who are, who I know so many teammates who use the like all-in-one, and then it's like, no, you're supposed to use just the shampoo. But I'm like, if they can make a shampoo that's also a body wash, that's also a face wash, how much does it really matter that I buy the specific thing for the specific part of the body?
Okay, so so you cannot wash your hair with the like a body wash, but you can wash your body with the shampoo. It's better. Like which way?
Great. That's a great thing to bring up.
Because if I forget to take my body wash, like soap or whatever, can I wash my body with the shampoo, or I shouldn't do it?
That's a great question. I would like to know which one works better for the other
I
one.
always buy this. I don't know what
2-in-1
name. No, but for babies, the
Johnson and Johnson.
Johnson for babies. Yeah, it's a huge pack.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. You just put it in a bag and you're ready to roll. Yeah,
It's comfortable. I like that.
comfortable.
No, I like that you said that.
Comfortable. Man.
You're saying the body wash is comfortable?
No, that
Comfortable for your body.
I have one bottle and I put it in the bag and it's
It's just
comfortable.
easy. Got it. Okay.
Comfort-
I thought you were saying like, yeah, I love it. It's just such comfortable shower gel.
nice
dude.
and cozy.
Nice and cozy for my body.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's such a good question. God, I wish we had like probably
More questions.
Yeah, I wish we had more questions and comments. No, this is where I wish we had like someone who knew about hair to like answer this right now. Can you look it up?
Call your
Is that crazy?
hairdresser.
Yeah, maybe we'll. If someone knows, please let us know. If it really makes a difference, because it's funny. I never would have thought to use like Old Spice in my hair. I would never do that. But then I remember when I played with TJ DeFalco in Olsztyn, he would use like sometimes he would use shower gel on his hair. He's like, yeah, it's not that big. It's like no difference. And I was like, that's like, it's so funny because in my mind, my whole life, I was like, I would never do that. He did it. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess maybe who cares? And so then I still had my own shampoo, but like if I forgot or I didn't have it, I just like, yeah, who cares?
Same like with the cream, like to put some cream like under your eyes, like on your face, like on your palms. Yeah.
Do you guys have a skincare routine for your face? Do you do anything?
I have some cream, but I wouldn't call it a routine because a routine sounds like you do something every day, and I'm not doing this every day. But yeah, I have some cosmetics which I use. But
honestly, how often do you like genuinely wash your face or exfoliate?
Like when I wash my face every day, but not with the like when I put my cream. Maybe I don't know, a few times a week, but not like 7 times a week.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
I
until I remember to do it, I do it. But sometimes
I went with Linus. He's our German opposite, and I went with him into the city, and we got like really nice like Aesop hand soap and face wash, like really expensive shit. Like the good stuff. And I remember we got the face cream, and I used it one time, but then we had practice later that afternoon, and it was like kind of dripping into my eyes a little bit, and I was like, how am I supposed to use this then? And it is confusing with face stuff. I am in general, I lean more towards like a holistic approach of like, I feel like in some way, the body has its way of, it's like, here's a great example is like when you have a zit. Do you know what a zit? You guys, what do you call them? No. A zit, like where you pop a pimple.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have a zit, and if you have a partner, you always know your partner most likely wants to pop it. At least mine always have.
Oh, okay.
And like she'll want to pop it, and I'll say, no, don't pop it. Like nature has its way. You're not supposed to pop it. It can get infected, whatever. And you have some people who lean on if it turns into a whitehead, you're like where it gets white, you pop it. And then some people say, just don't touch it at all, or put some warm towel on it.
Bro,
which type of people
when you have it on your face, you have to pop it.
Dermatologists would say don't.
You leave it until it goes
I leave
like
it
out.
If it's on my face, that's so hard. I mean, yeah, I get it. But like, if you have them, I don't really get that much acne, but like if you have them on your shoulders or like, I don't know, something like that, they say just to leave it.
Is it still a podcast about volleyball?
Anyways.
Still interesting.
Let's talk about it. All right. His question was about setter connection.
One more thing. You said that you're waiting until your hair will get blonder.
Yeah.
When the sun goes out, and I read somewhere, I told you after practice, I read somewhere that in Poland we have 66 days of sun. We had 66 days of sun like last year.
Oh my God.
66, man. It means like 300 days are like miserable, gray.
It's such a bummer because the more I'm here, the more I really have grown fond for Poland. Like, I think it's like a really never in my life. Like I said, I don't think my brother knows where Poland is on the map, you know? Like, never would I have thought about Poland ever. And then after coming here, I'm like, it's actually like Warsaw's cool, dude.
Yeah,
It's a shame that it's so cold. It doesn't get the sun.
I'm not saying we are not a cool country and cool.
No, I'm
Warsaw is
telling
not
you, that
cool.
was just my own little sidetrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like living here without the sun, like
Yeah. So by that, I mean, when I go home in like a month, then hopefully I'll just try to gather as much as I can in a few weeks before we come back to Poland. VNL finals is here. And also we're doing a training camp before the Olympics here. So
yeah, in Poland.
mm-hmm.
Warsaw?
We don't know yet.
Ursynów?
I
Warsaw?
don't even know if I'm supposed to say that, but who cares?
You have to know because like it's not that easy to book some I don't know
We
place
don't
to practice like for
Yeah.
month or
We don't know though. I just got that news yesterday.
okay. So maybe we even cannot say this like loud.
Sue me, dude. I might not even go to the Olympics. Who knows? You know, I said it.
Wow. Okay. We have the answer for the first question of Luke.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Should I play it again? Should we play it
No,
again?
the question was simple. It was hitter-setter connection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious because I think Luke didn't say this, or correct me if I'm wrong. Which position does he play, like volleyball? Because for me, the biggest problem is between like middle blockers and setters. This is the most important. Like on the really high level, when you play volleyball, it's like the biggest, I don't know, struggle.
It's
for
the most difficult.
It's most difficult connection to find, and our spiking is really
the most important. I agree.
And the most important because we spike only 3 times a game, but we depend the most like from the setter because like to set high ball, almost like everybody can set decent high ball from the court for the wingers, from the pin hitters. But to set like good combination of first tempo, like shoot or G or behind, is not that easy.
I don't know why you describing it like it's the hardest connection. Like being a middle, you are forced to rely on the setter more than any other position.
That's what
it's an interesting take.
Yeah,
I would obviously agree with you. You know, and to his point, I'm assuming he's a middle. By the mustache and the long hair, I'm assuming he looks like a really cool guy, which makes me think he's probably a middle.
For sure.
And when he asked that, I was also thinking about other positions. But I will say, like, as a middle, his problem is he said that when he brings it up, that it's like always on him. I don't know him. Maybe it is his fault.
So you have to like, you have to fit to the setter's set.
Great question. So, and this
should the setter like fit to your?
In general,
your
the setter should adjust everything based on the hitters he has. That's for sure. In his case, like I think about every new team I go on, I have the same conversations because I'm a little different. Like I don't want the ball tight to the net. I want you always to miss, like we're talking about perfect pass, miss a little bit, bring it off your left shoulder. I talk about that a ton. And really fast release. If you do those two things, I'm never going to complain that it's too high or too low. I'll deal with it. But if I know the timing is going to be super quick, like I have spent most of my career dealing with like, and all of us have low sets, hitting the ball super outside your body. Like we're all really crafty, I would say, in this room. But it's really interesting because I've also been on teams where the first setter and the second setter are very different. And the first setter will have this like really quick and like we have this great connection. And then with the second setter, he'll hold the ball really long.
Because usually this is the point when the like managers are creating the perfect match of first and second setter. They try to find 2 completely different guys to change the tactics of the team. Maybe to have one guy who is playing more like calm and not crazy balls, like he's not inventing nothing crazy during the game, and one guy like who is more like a
firefighter.
Firefighter.
Fires on the
second
course.
should be the firefighter who is like calming down, like okay now guys, wait a minute, we go like
dude, can
slowly.
I say something risky? This is a little risky. and I'm only saying this because I just have met so many setters like this. If you're a setter and you have that like deep dish, how? Talk to any high level setter. He will tell you the release, having a fast release is so important for timing, not just for middles, for all other positions. It just surprises me sometimes when I see setters who have this kind of like deep dish, they hold on to the ball. I'm like, who let you get away with this when you were young? And now that you're a high level professional, I think it's something as a setter you can't just accept. You have to find a way.
And then
to work on your release.
It's really hard for him to adjust to you. You need to adjust to him.
Right.
And
that's
if
an
you
interesting
want it or not. You just have to do it to help yourself to spike, not tip every fucking time, right?
And so this is the point is like, and I've had this, I won't speak about, I had this issue on a team in the past, and I spoke with the coach about it. And at first it was, let's try to set the standard. So for me, it was little off your left shoulder, fast release. Let's keep trying. So we both know it's important to set a standard. And so you know whose mistake it is. So you're not like, like there's no nuances. It's like, that's my bad. I was a little late. Or like, hey, that's your bad. You held on to it or you didn't push it far enough. And we said on a push, you're going to push it a meter. Whatever it is, like have a standard. And then there does get to a point, maybe middle of the season, and where there is a level of, okay, now which one of you is going to have to be the, let's say the bigger man, which one of you is going to have to change something. Yeah. And so when you try and the setter doesn't change anything, that's when you as a player need to say, okay, he's got a slow release. So I'm going to have to take a half step back. Like I'm going to have to jump a little tighter to the net and in some ways it's like a cool challenge. Because if you can find a way to be successful with a setter who is not your favorite or is not your style, and you can be successful with a setter who's got the fast release and everything you like, you just open the doors to create more opportunity for yourself to score.
That's true.
Okay, so which setter was the like easiest to speak with him like at the beginning, or like you just needed few words like to set up the positions and everything, like configuration, what you like, what you prefer, what he wants from you, and then like it just
I've had some setters
easily.
where it was just like we barely needed to talk, like it just was on. Santiago Orduna, when my first year in Italy, he was that way. He's a small Argentinian guy, bit older.
Argentinian setter like have this some special spark, I think. Like they
Argentinians
have
in general.
The school of the setters in Argentina is incredible. Like
Brazil also is.
Yeah, I really would love to like see how they teach kids to set the ball, because this is something special in my opinion.
Did we talk about? I had this conversation recently. I don't remember if it was on here or not. Like what is the ideal perfect height for a setter?
Perfect height for a setter?
The perfect height. We've established, are we all agreeing that like a setter who has a fast release is ideal? And I've tried to explain this before too, and help me out here. In some way I explain it like, if there's like a really high pass, the ball has like an energy to it, an amount of energy. And when you take that energy and you release it with less energy than it came down with, it just like messes up the feng shui of the moment. Whereas like to me
Feng
it's
shui.
like dude, you can hit the ball harder when the setter gives it to you with like a forceful energy. I know this sounds like maybe hippie or just weird, but I don't know how else to describe it sometimes, where it's like,
I
dude,
totally agree.
if I give you this like beach kind of set versus like giving you a quicker set, you're going to hit the ball harder. I don't know why exactly that is.
Maybe this is something with the energy, like you said.
But
It's physics.
So you're saying that the height of the setter?
No, that was
It's the melody.
Different.
No, it's the melody of volleyball. Like,
No, I was just establishing that we are all establishing right now that a fast release as a setter is something we like. Okay, now let's talk about height. What is, for you guys, what is the perfect height of a setter?
But we count with the jumping, because I hate when setter jumps more than me and he had to set down, you know?
I do know. Yeah.
But how many setters you had like this, jumping more than you?
Antoine Brizard is the first one. And that was enough that killed my brain.
I don't remember how tall are these guys, which I played
I
with.
had one James Shaw, Team USA. He's like 6'8", so like I don't know, 205.
He was in Zaxa?
I'm 6'7",
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yes,
he was
exactly.
207.
He's taller than you for
Yeah,
sure.
207.
He was big and he jumped really high. And when he set, he like max jumped. So he would literally, like Ginelli, I can imagine. I've never played with him, but like he takes the ball so high that when you're taking your approach, you just see the sky. You can't see. And what I realized is my favorite setters have always been really small guys because, and we'll get into this for a second, but because when they're smaller, as you take your approach, you can see so much more with your peripheral vision as you're approaching. And as we all know, like those are the little minute details that allow you to like, let's say you run a
true,
gap,
but also,
like you can run it a little more because you can see a little more.
Yeah, that's true. But I also think that you have more time because the ball has like the longer way to come to your
So
position.
here's the thing, which is why like my perfect height of like Micah Christensen for me is like one of the best because he's like, and also we just played this Jelinski in Lubin.
Galinski.
Galinski.
And we also had a great season together in Cannes, but he was that like, I don't really know in meters, but like 6 foot to 6'3", so like 190, let's say.
So like
he
Firle?
didn't jump super high,
So
kind of like Firle. So he didn't jump like max height, but he wasn't so small because I'm a speed guy. So if you're too small, sometimes like Sanchez, for example, I mean, he seems like an incredible setter, but like the ball takes a little bit longer to get to me unless he has a fast release, which he does. But in general, when it's that height of like, it's just that perfect height for daddy, dude. I don't know how to describe it. You know, that's what I like. I don't know. I did a terrible job.
I think it's like more important about the techniques of the set because I think the height is maybe also important, but for me, some setters are setting the ball in the way that it stops somehow in the point that I want it to be. Like the ball stops.
Just waits for you to
also
spike.
when you see like, okay, because in the middle it's difficult to see because it's so fast, but when you see them setting to pins, like to one wing or to the other wing, the ball's like somehow it goes fast and then it slows down like
in the
close to the antenna,
Yeah.
and the guys Nico Uriarte had this amazing set like to position 4, like it was incredible. The ball was stopping there and the guys were like, okay, bam, here. And in the middle also, like he had this release that the ball was flying fast to the position that I needed and
waiting for you.
Waiting there, like
Whoa.
I could like hit. I cannot describe this in a good way, but I think the middles know what I'm talking about, and also the spikers, like from the like pin hitters, can relate to this. But yeah, so the technique is more important than
the technique for sure is more important. I just like for fun was like, what's your perfect height? Like if you could just create. Or who's your favorite height of a setter?
But you mentioned Gianelli. I think it's funny because when you watch him playing, many times I have this like I watch him and I see like, oh, this reception is slash for sure. Like he cannot, like the ball is coming back on the opponent's team side, and then somehow he's like jumping there, straight hands. I don't know what height he's catching the ball and setting like perfect set like behind or front.
And we
or
get it. That's the benefit of the tall setter, you know.
And this is good for the receivers also. Like
That's
you
true.
have
Not
bigger,
for the middles.
Not for middles, yeah. But yeah, they have to set down the ball to to hit. If you have shorter middle like us, like you, for sure. You are 2 meters. Yeah, 2 meters is considered like a short middle or not.
I mean,
you are also 2 meters.
I'm 198.
98. Okay,
It's enough.
It's enough.
it's enough for sure. But like.
I wouldn't say for sure. It's enough.
we can make it.
I would say you are it's enough for sure. You
It's
know,
enough.
you're not like
I'm 6'7".
Novakoski or someone who's
205.
like, 6'7". That's to me like that's proper. That's good. But classic middles like Strechko, Lisinac, he's like what 6'10" probably. Novakoski, those guys are both like.
Strechko is so tall.
Bieniek
is 2 meters 10, so this is probably like
Yuri is 2.
Yuri is 210 also.
Yeah, big boys. That's like classic middle, like big middle guy.
We have the answer of the setter because we are middles, so this is
what do we know? That's right.
our perspective. We have answer of Angel Trinidad de Aro. Yeah, this is the full name, I think.
Oh, yeah.
As good as far as I remember, because he played with us 2 seasons here in Warsaw,
Nice.
and he was the setter of the national team of Spain also, and right now he plays in.
He was in Taranto.
He was in Taranto,
Yeah.
and we won together the bronze medal here, so it's a big achievement. and he was, I think the middle was his best set for sure. Like he was playing so good with the middles. I really liked to play with him. And we have his answer to the question of Luke.
Hey, so for me, answering your question, I think the most important is not that you as a middle blocker change your approach or try to modify every time. For me as a setter, what I do every time that I reach to a club is I like to make the middle blocker to feel comfortable, and they need to go every time at the same tempo and also at the same location with every call. From that point, is the setter that we have to adjust the ball, the speed, and throw the ball to the hand of the middle blocker. So for me, answer your question, as I say, the most important is that you keep every time the same spot, speed, and position, and the setters we have to adjust the set. That's it.
Right on. I mean, that's super right on. And I think to answer Luke's question, I can imagine you're not in a team where you have a setter that high level. And so you, and this is very subjective, you have to make the decision. Have you tried, and I think to his point, first, try to set a standard and try to be on the same time every time. Try to like spend time outside of practice, even at the end of practice during water breaks. Get 5 extra reps, get 10 extra reps, perfect pass, plenty of time, like get the basics, try to get that down. And if you do that for a couple weeks and really try to work at it and it doesn't work, then it sounds like you have to make the adjustment.
Or change the club.
Yes.
But not everybody has this possibility. But also, like, I think when you are struggling with different calls with the setter and you cannot find the good way, like it's always the best to come back to the basics, like to try to find a good tempo and good position of playing, like close to the setter, like head or one or chi, I don't know, just the closest calls to set, like to find the connection and to play it good in every position in the court. Because also, like, we have to, like, for me this is really important when I speak first time with the setter, like, okay, so what we do when you have the ball like 1.5 meters, like 2 meters, 3 meters from the net, like what we do with the call chi, or if you call me like to go ahead, what we do, like you want to leave the ball like in the same like position like you are from the net, or you push the ball to the net. Should I go like closer to you, or I just change my approach and I start as far as you are from the net? How you guys prefer to, I know how you prefer for sure, but how you prefer to spike these balls when you're calling like chi, setter is calling chi, and then there is a reception like on 2 meters, let's say, from the net, off the net.
I always like to stay, I mean, I think about it like a pyramid almost. So like perfect pass is here. I want you to bring the ball off your left shoulder. At like 1.5 meters, pretty much I want to hit it like in straight line with you. And then at like 3 meters, I want you to bring it more towards like that pinnacle of some people, I don't know if they call it a triangle or not. I don't know. I made it up. It's a pyramid. That's what I call it. That's what I like.
Do you have some picture of this schema? Like how to?
It's called the pyramid scheme. Do you guys know about a pyramid scheme? No. Let's not get into that. But a pyramid scheme is basically like someone has a product and like then I'm like, hey, Anjay, you can buy $1,000 worth of this product.
Yeah, and the more you sell, I get a cut.
And everybody wins, dude. And that's why I love the pyramid scheme. Everyone wins.
So middle blockers.
No, in general, I like to stay off the net. I know a lot of middles like when it's at 2 to 3 meters, like throw it to the net because they say they have more angles. I feel like I am someone who's constantly thinking about speed. So in fact, I just did a talk for this club because I work one-on-one with clubs, and we meet once a month. And this last month we spoke about, which to me the most important thing in attacking is speed and timing. And I used examples when I played in Milan with Spertoli, Italian guy, where we ran one balls from 3 meters, like 2.5 meters, and I ran them basically on him. And by the time I'm attacking the ball, I slow-mo the video, blockers don't even have their hands over the net because they're just reading. They're not expecting that ball. If all of a sudden I want to run a ball to the net, it just takes more time. And nowadays too, pins are so good at help blocking. Like odds are you're going to have some hands there. Now, yes, if you can be really quick, you can often like hit that ball in 5, like really sharp, when the ball's closer to the net, but I'm always thinking about speed. So I'm like, set me the ball, and I'm just thinking like usually deep in 5, like deep corners, because that's where it feels natural to hit the ball anyways. So I'm thinking speed. So that's what I like.
But also, I think this solution is more like for the tall middles in my
agree with you.
mind, because
Super agree with you.
it's really difficult for the short middles to spike it like the ball 3 meters from the net to go like this. I think this is the way how Bieniek killed us in Polish Cup also with Tavares, with the setter. They played like when with exclamative ball, they played middle like really in good tempo, like far from the net. So we were reading because we were not expecting this. We were waiting for the ball maybe to come closer to the net, and they were playing like really fast tempo, like far from the net. And he is 2 meters 10 and incredibly fast, fast arm, and
swung deep.
Yeah,
scored a lot.
Spiking deep, so he scored a lot. And I prefer to have the ball like closer to the net. I think I can also go maybe not as fast as you said, but pretty fast, and to get the ball like halfway to the net from the point that the setter is. So I try to like jump maybe half meter, like to catch the ball like half meter closer than the setter is from to the net. So maybe this is the way I like it. I don't know, Kropas. You prefer the ball as close to the net as possible and spiked in 1 meter.
I have a really good hand, so I have few directions, so I can always choose one. Just give me the ball on the net and I will smash it. No worries. Just give me the ball and have no worries, man.
I love that attitude, dude. I absolutely love it.
Okay, what is the most difficult call to find a way with the setter? Which call is the most difficult in your opinion?
I mean, damn, I don't know. Without sounding cocky, I just think I'm an artist, dude. I think I'm an artist.
No, but
I don't know,
generally,
dude.
like for everyone, maybe not for you.
You know
like,
what was interesting? You alluded to earlier, and I was joking, by the way. Even though I do think I'm an artist, I'm not trying to be cocky. You mentioned
this is the 10th episode. Like everybody knows. Like you don't have to explain.
Okay. You mentioned earlier this idea of like, okay, so if your connection is bad with the setter and nothing can change, like what do you want to run? For me, I want to run double push or push, double push, or 7. Like those are the things I want to run because they give me more time to make decisions.
I feel like
I don't trust you on a 1. I don't trust you on like anything really too close to you. So the farther away, at least then like there's more room for error in a good way. You know, where like a 1, you're like pretty committed to trusting that it's going to be a certain way.
And more room for you to adjust also, to like change the tempo, even to wait for the ball, because you don't jump so fast for shoot like you jump for head. Yeah.
Right.
But it also depends on a setter preference, because we have 2 setters, they are completely different. And if you play with Firley, he loves to play shoot. So it's a natural choice that you will go shoot because that's the best option with him. And the other one, Stempien, he plays chi. Only chi and close to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to play any shoot.
I hope other teams are not watching this.
I don't think
I might be lying.
I don't think it matters.
No, I'm just joking. But okay, so one more question, because this is always interesting for me. When you call shoot, you usually like when it's perfect reception, you go between zone 3 and 4, yeah? Okay. So what with when the setter is moving, like the reception is closer to 2 or closer to 4, what's going on with this call when you call shoot?
Yeah.
And the position of setter is somewhere different, like it's different than it should be.
We break all this down in my academy. It's middleblockeracademy.com. You can check it out.
And with this special code, you have the discount like 15%.
I should have a discount code for Volley Hotline fans. That'd be cool. No, I mean, when it's in area 4, like when it gets really pushed over into the zone of like a gap, let's say, I personally like to cut off and run a back 1 most of the time.
So you change the call for the back?
Usually.
Okay.
It depends. It's so nuanced, you know?
I've never seen you did that.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? Okay.
No, I'm speaking like you called shoot, and I want to know like...
The ball's passed in zone 4.
Yeah, but not like, let's say, when there is a point like where you are doing the approach, like normally to shoot between 4 and 3, and the setter is like closer to you, but he's not passing this point, where you are normally.
Okay.
So you change the call to go behind, yeah?
No,
No.
Not in that case. I thought you mean like he's running forward and it's getting close to where that attack zone is. He maybe crosses it, maybe doesn't. I err on going back one often.
Okay,
I like
and
that
what if the setter is like closer to
Area
position 2?
Yeah.
You stay the same
Again,
position, or you got closer to him.
Again, it's like a little nuanced here because like the difference between a foot or two make all of the difference.
I feel like our people, our subscribers and people who are watching our podcast are like really deep into the volleyball, because this is like maybe not big group of people, but I think they know.
Yeah.
They're interested in
I
it.
like to, if it's like, let's say all the way to the antenna,
Mm-hmm.
I like to run what we call like a spot, which is basically a gap in the other gap in the 2-3 zone. If it's like kind of close to that, not past the antenna, but kind of close, I like to run it honestly in the middle of the court.
Okay.
But to me, and this is why I talk a lot about speed, is because like if you're sending the ball fast enough, the difference between me hitting it like in the middle of the court or me hitting it like a meter to the left or a meter to the right shouldn't be crazy different. So in that point, like I just choose my own. I just do what I want. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I could have communicated better, but now I have to hit the ball here or here. I like the nuance in some way.
And you, Grobes?
I just move the same distance as a ball. If the ball is 1 meter right, I go 1 meter right. If it's 1 meter left,
So
I go 1
it's
meter
it's like a
fixed
one. It's like a
position.
one
No,
zone
but-
distance, yeah. Because if the setter is between 2 and 3, and you are between 3 and 4, it's like a one zone gap between you and
Sure,
setter.
yeah.
So you are moving like the same gap.
I just try to keep the same
To the
distance.
setter.
Right. So let's say the on a perfect pass that the gap set is 2 meters, 3 meters.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let's say it's 3
Maybe
meters
3
difference.
meters,
So
yeah.
to you, like if the distance is here, to you, you're like this.
Yeah, but I do shoot a bit differently than classical, because I always make the last small step on the right to cut the ball.
Yeah.
So I see that it's coming every time. So even if I move 1 meter right, I can cut a little bit more if it starts to fall down. So it's like I'm
Yeah.
adjusting a little bit.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Like, I think when Miguel Velasca was my coach, and I had Nico Uriarte as a setter, and we played this that I was going shoot between 3 and 4, and doesn't matter where was the ball, I was going the same place. Like if the ball was closer to 4, I was the same. He knew that I'm every time in this spot, like, so he can close his eyes, and he knew that when he called me shoot, and even if he passed the zone 4 and past the antenna, he knew that I will go in this place, so he can play me behind, and like to play from every position on the court. I was there. And right now I think I also like try to do similar, but when the setter is like closer to position 2, so the distance is getting like really long, I try to jump like towards the setter. So I jump and I fly, and then I fly to the ball.
Yeah.
I don't wait for the ball, like Kropas said. I don't wait for the ball in the same spot, because this is like not leaving the margin for error for the setter, because he has to like reach
that
you
makes sense.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's why I jump to the setter. So if he sets like, I can cut the ball faster, or I can wait.
yeah.
And,
Yeah. Interesting.
So this is like
That's the nuance.
that's the nuance
Wow.
with the shoot.
And there are so many like little nuances and details. And I think to sum up also what he had asked, it's like it really just depends so much on what your setter's capable of and what are you capable of, you know, and just trying to meet in the middle, like any good relationship, you know, having some compromise. Maybe you need to compromise your speed. Maybe he needs to, I don't know, maybe you can, I think the biggest thing is like, specifically for Luke, like, is just to have the conversation, which most people don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
You just go, you are pissed because the ball is not the place where you want it to be, and the setter is pissed because you're not spiking like he thinks that you will spike,
Yeah.
and then you
what's
don't
going to
speak.
happen is you're going to speak, you're going to feel like you're on the same page, and 2 practices later, it's going to feel like you never talked. That's also a possibility. Keep trying, keep attempting to do it. And at some point, you've had multiple conversations, you've really put in the effort, and you're like, nothing's changing. We call them 2 balls, where it's like a outside set in the middle of the court. Like, just change it up, dude. If it's really like, if you're really telling me you're having such a hard time with this guy, like, find a solution. Only run gaps.
I think
Only run-
Janek Nowakowski, who is doing the other podcast with us, he is also a middle, and he said that Vital Heinen had this nice exercise for middle and setter, that you are going like this, like close to the setter, and the thing for the setter was to set as fast as possible to the roof, like as high as possible to the roof. And your
Job was to beat it.
Job was to cut the ball,
Yeah, I love
so
that.
not let him to do it. You
That's
know,
a good one.
and it was like that small fight between middles and setters.
That's
so
a really cool exercise.
So you have to go so fast that he cannot like pass the ball to the roof.
Oh, I just had a coach ask me recently that I met with their kids, and then the coach was asking me, how do you train middles to be fast? Because the biggest problem we see with young middles is they're so slow on the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a coach describe to me once the idea of like, when you pass the ball off the pass, see if you can get the player to hit it before it gets into the setter's hands. And I love experimental drills. I'm like, yes, I love this so much. Like, go try it. That's another really cool one. And that's what I often tell middles
This
to do.
smells
Is
like an injury, like
Or a spike on the face.
middle
No,
crushing with
dude.
the setter.
I mean, you got to take some risk if you want to reap the reward, dude. Honestly, like if you're afraid to do the drill because you're gonna get injured, just don't play athletic sports. You know, just play chess.
And I really hope that Luke is a middle blocker.
Me too. I'm sure he is.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Of this.
Luke, write us in the comment like if you are middle or which position are you playing, because it's really interesting. This was the episode number 10.
And good boy, mate. I was saving it, dude. I wanted it. I wasn't gonna do it.
Taylor, stop.
I couldn't.
Uh,
I couldn't hold back.
So we discussed what to do, and I think because we already did 10 episodes, we are doing like short break. So the next week there won't be an 11th episode because this season is just over, and we will start probably the season 2 soon.
Yeah. But let's dedicate out loud right now that we will meet. If we don't do the podcast, we still should meet, whether it's on the bus, I don't care where, whatever, like, and discuss what we can do
on the practice for
what
sure.
we can do to get more comments and people interested in what we're doing, because I think this is like so good. I just can't imagine if you're a volleyball player, like why would you not? I would have eaten this up out of a spoon, dude.
Yeah, okay. So because for sure there are people who watched all 10 episodes, and we love you guys so much, and we appreciate this so much that you were with us this around 10 hours, like 10 hours plus, speaking about volleyball and all
Live.
the different stuff live.
Yeah.
So especially from you guys, please write us in comments like some summary of this season, of first season, historical season of Volley Hotline. Like, write what you think, like pros and cons, like what was good, what was bad, what should we change, what should we add, like all your ideas. You can write in DMs to Taylor, you can write in comments down. I will read them for sure under the videos. Like, doesn't matter which one, you can write under this one, and we will try to figure out how to do this show better if we come back. Yeah, is this a good idea to do it like this?
Yeah, it is. And we talked about, like, I mean, the biggest thing I think for us is going to be letting people know. And word of mouth helps, and comments and interactions, and the algorithm
and
helps.
Subscriptions also, like subscribe our show and our channel, and what else? Yeah,
Here's what we want to say. We want to keep doing it.
Yeah,
That's true.
I want to keep doing this so badly. I
this
enjoy
is
it
so
so
fun.
much.
This
It
is so fun, and we really like to like each one of these 10 episodes were so good. Like every time we finish recording this, we are like, yeah, this was good. Like I really enjoyed it, and I wasn't expecting like the path on which we are walking during our conversation, and it's always fun and always nice to see you guys in this environment, like not on the court. And always nice to listen to smart guys to speak, and also like so many people helped us, like these pro players who gave their advices to to the people they didn't know, and this is fun, like to connect these people. So we want to do it again in the season 2. So I hope we will meet, but for now we are doing a break. So yeah, season 1 is over.
There it is. That's the one. Congratulations.
Our favorite one.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bye guys.